Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays, Halloween also being one of them, so I decided what better than to make a video about some of the best love stories of horror, or comedy horror, or dark comedy, still love on the dark side. Warm Bodies, 2013.
What am I doing with my life? Why can't I connect with people? Oh, right. It's because I'm dead. This is my best friend. We even have almost conversations sometimes.
Stars Nicholas Hoult, Teresa Palmer, Rob Corddry, Dave Franco, and John Malkovich. Hoult plays R. He's a zombie who can't remember his name, but he thinks it starts with an R, so that's why he's called R in the movie. And he can't help but zombieing, being dead, groaning instead of talking, eating people, all that stuff. He still thinks like a regular live human being. He just can't communicate with us that way. One day he meets a young woman named Julie, Teresa Palmer, and he just feels his heartbeat again for the first time since being dead. Okay, so I'm a little slow apparently, but I didn't make the connection that is based on Romeo and Juliet. Julia, R. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. Now, it's a really cute movie, a little nice comedic take on zombieism and the fact that they communicate to each other that in a way they can understand each other but not us. Now, with Hoult also starring Nosferatu from 2024, I figure I share this film for those who want to see more of the actor. He's really great. He was also in Mad Max, Fury Road. He was one of the Half-Life boys. He was so good on that. He's a really good actor. It's a cute little zom-com movie. You should check it out. Bride of Chucky, 1998.
Well, hello, Dolly.
Awake! Awake! Awake, awake, awake! What a crock.
Starring the voices of Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly as Chucky and Tiffany, this may not exactly be the most sane relationship, but it surely is memorable. If you're not familiar with the Child's Play Chucky franchise, I'll give you the gist. Charles Lee Ray is a serial killer who uses voodoo to transfer his soul as he's dying into a popular kid's toy, the Good Guy doll. And hilarity and carnage ensues. Bride of Chucky seems to be one of the first movies that it really took the camp up to 11. I've always seen Child's Play as a comedy horror, and this movie kind of breaks the fourth wall in some ways and pokes fun at itself. I absolutely love it. Now, they're in what probably would be called a toxic relationship. Chucky is a bad guy. He's not so much of a good guy, haha. Tiffany and Chucky were in a relationship before Chucky died, and so she searches for the body of the doll he possessed that was afterwards destroyed, and she brings him back to life again using voodoo.
I'm gonna go with voodoo. No, seriously, Dad. Voodoo. I have a book.
So I don't want to give away too much, so skip ahead, 20 seconds or so. In Bride of Chucky, once Tiffany realizes that Chucky never actually really intended on proposing to her before his untimely death, she traps him in a baby playpen, taunts him with his size bride doll, and locks him up. Well, Chucky gets out and kills Tiffany. Her soul is then transferred into the bride doll by Chucky. There's also a young couple in this movie, but the real love story is about Tiff and Chucky. A lot of great humor, some fun music. I absolutely love it. And Chucky has a cool new look too, with the Frankenstein. I am dumb. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Bride of Chucky, right? Like Bride of Frankenstein. Chucky has staples all over his face. I don't know if I realized this and just erased it from my brain. That's hilarious though. That's good. The Mummy, 1999.
But for their love, they were willing to risk life itself.
Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, or Weiss, I'm going to say Weiss.
Janet Weiss!
They play Rick O'Connell and Evelyn Carnahan. Now, I'm actually referring to Imhotep and Anaksun. I can't say Oksana Bayul. I can never say her name.
Anaxunamun.
So they had to bump off some people and terrorize others, but they did it for love. True love. This is definitely a classic that any horror lover should check out. He has more comedy than horror, but there's actually some unsettling scenes in here, and the special effects at the time were mind-blowing. You look at it nowadays, it doesn't look as good as maybe what we have nowadays, but back then it was awesome. This was a long time ago, 26 years ago. My god, I feel old. Now, the costumes are great too. Imhotep looks really cool, and his love has a very revealing outfit, but at least it's better than what we got at the Grammys. Womp womp. A see-through body stocking and a house hat. A fucking house hat. But anyway, I've seen The Mummy as a love story since the beginning, and no one can tell me otherwise. The Addams Family, 1991.
I would die for her. I would kill for her. Either way, what bliss? Unhappy, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, completely.
Cara mia.
So whether you're thinking of the loving relationship between Gomez and Morticia Addams in the TV show during the 60s, or even the Wednesday series of today, it's still a great husband-wife love story. But since I grew up watching the 90s movies starring Raul Julia and Angelica Houston, I'll be referring to this particular couple. I hate to admit, when I was young and stupid, I didn't see the appeal of Gomez. I know, I was insane. I mean, look at this handsome man. Look at how handsome he was. And he had such charisma. Why can't I find a Gomez? Don't tell my husband I said that. I'm just joking, hon.
I'm just playing.
The one time he watches one of my videos, this will be it. But unfortunately, Raul passed away in 1994. He was only 54 years old. But he lives on in our memories and in his films. Now, Gomez was the epitome of a gentleman, a loving father and adoring husband. I hope that most people would desire to have a relationship like theirs. Many people talk about how they want a love like Joker and Harley Quinn. I suppose they don't know how terrible of a relationship that was, really. But, that's fine. They can have their Joker and Harley. I'll take my Gomez and Morticia. Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992.
I give you life eternal. Walk with me to be my loving wife. I cannot let this be. Love you too much to continue.
Okay, hear me out.
I'm not acting weird.
Vampires or Nosferatu, they're not really romantic, not in the original sense. They are the undead who drain the living to exist. Now, there's nothing romantic or lovey about that, but Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder play star-crossed lovers in Dracula. Gary Oldman has traveled oceans of time to be with Mina Ryder. Keanu Reeves has been drawn through the mud for his role in this film, but I think he did a fine job. And Keanu can do no wrong in my eyes, so I love it. This movie is beautiful all the way around. The set design, the costumes, soundtrack, cinematography, and Oldman's Vlad, Dracula, is handsome. Not old man Drac, younger Drac, with the stash, because Dracula had a mustache in the novel. I will die on this hill. He had a freaking mustache, okay? Whether or not you want to see Nosferatu or Dracula with a mustache, he had a mustache in the novel, so even though Mina and Vlad had been separated for centuries and lifetimes, they still have a connection. It's a great take on the original novel. Definitely need to check this one out if you enjoyed 2024's Nosferatu. And even if you didn't like Nosferatu, you need to check out Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992 because it is a magnificent film. So that's just a handful of films that I suggest that you watch this Valloween. I do love Valentine's Day, all the pink sparkly stuff, but I'm a horror lover also, so why not combine it? Watch some of these movies today, over the weekend, whenever you get a chance, and let me know what you think. If you have seen these films, let me know what you thought of them. If you haven't, check one of them out and come back and tell me what you thought. One quick note, some people get upset because they might not have a Valentine, they might not have somebody they're in a relationship with, but you can still make someone's day. For me, I love donating stuff to animal rescue groups. So, bring a bag of toys to the shelter or do something nice for someone. Make someone else's day good, even if Valentine's isn't for you.
Valentine's Day.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day.